but between those concepts, there might be, I don't know, 15, 20 dynamic points. There's not a lot in it. There are concepts that are distinctly better. With any approach to engineering, there are better solutions out there. There is an ideal. We don't know if we've reached that ideal yet. But you don't see the sort of closeness that you see in point sims at the actual competition. And that's because implementation of the concept is probably the most important thing we see here. Monash, if they win this competition, they might be winning this competition by 50 points or by 100 points. It's going to be a fairly large margin, I would imagine. And that's them not running ideally. Their concept is not worth that many points. It's really their implementation, their development, their project management, their driver training that's made that difference. And that's why when you're with a team like Griffith that's come out with a very simple car, maybe the best option for you in the next year is not to change up too much, but to work on your implementation, work on your project management. Focus on, whoa, Indian car spinning around there.
Yay! Managing to turn the vehicle around. And RMIT Electric, congratulations, they have completed their second endurance for the day.
I don't know what happened with that Indian car. It's from Rocket. It looked like it didn't have any power at all, and then all of a sudden lighted up. But that is the first time that I can think of in Australia that an electric car has finished both endurance runs. And not only did they finish both endurance runs, but they were running very fast. And in that last run, I think they passed petrol cars, I don't know, 5 or 6 times.
Easily 5 or 6. It was incredible to watch. I know the point of this isn't open wheel-to-wheel racing, but it's always good to see a car pass another one on track.
Well, absolutely. They should be very proud of what they've done, and they will win the awards for the best electric team here, but they're going to place pretty highly up in the overall awards as well.
I'd say they'll be mid-pack in the petrols, and they'll be very happy with that.
It looks like we've got the Indian car having problems out there, the Rocky car. And it looks like it's going again, but I'm hopeful, but I'd be surprised if they're able to manage this whole endurance event.
With UQ Electric unfortunately stopping on track, this is the last car I think we'll see out today. Oh no? Oh yes, I am yet to see UTS come out for a second time.
Yeah, they didn't finish the first one, did they?
No, they didn't. They were looking strong, and then on one of their last laps they ended up stationary at the far end of the track. The Rocky car is making its way around the track.
It's always a little bit of a disappointment when we see the teams come here and struggling to meet all the events. And we've had a number of teams from India come here, and the conditions for engineering in India are very different than what we find in Australia, Greater Europe or the US, where there is quite a large established industry of high technology and all of that filters back to the universities. The picture in India is very different.
Unfortunately, we have seen the Rocky car stop again on track. Yes, they are moving again, though.
Oh.
We know that somewhere deep in there is a lot of power, and they did manage to loop it. Hearing support from one of the other electric teams up here on the hill. Go Rocky!
Oh, this is a real shame. I just hope that we see some of these Indian universities involved in the competition, sticking with it and taking lessons away from these competitions. I think it's very hard to learn about